Hi guys, welcome back again. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the Ghana culture. It's quite an interesting subject, I think, so I thought I'd do a little bit of something on it. Okay, so basically Ghana has a lot of culture, and some of it you really need to understand before you come to Ghana, otherwise you could go around and you'll be insulting people without even realizing. You know, so there's many little things. I'm not going to be able to cover everything because I don't know everything. I'm just going to tell you about the bits that I know of, basically. Okay, so the first one is, when in Ghana, never, ever, 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 ever in your life, greet someone with your left hand, which is my left, this one, your left hand. Don't use this to serve anybody or take anything with your left hand, even if you are left-handed, please. Okay, it's an insult because your left hand is considered to be the hand that you clean yourself with, and so you don't want to be using this hand for anything, basically. I'll tell you a little story. There was this one time I gave someone a drink and I totally forgot about myself. I mean, I don't know about this left hand thing from when I was a child, but I don't know somehow, but what came over me that day, I don't know. But anyway, something came over me that day and I gave the person a drink with my left hand. And I was promptly told, take it back to the kitchen. I was like, oh. I was so embarrassed because as soon as he said it, I knew exactly the reason why he told me to take it back to the kitchen. It's because I brought it with my left hand. So I had to take it back to the kitchen and I had to come back again and present the drink with my right hand, which was obviously accepted. So there's been many times, even like going to supermarkets, sometimes, you know, they stamp your receipt on the way out. Give it with your right hand and not your left hand. If you're going to shake someone's hand, please make sure you do not use your left hand, no matter where you are, because it's an insult. It's considered very rude. It's unhygienic to Ghanaians. So just don't do it. That is culture tip number 1. Okay, the second one would be, I've forgotten, hold on. The second one is, as you can see, I'm very well prepared today. Okay, yes, when you're eating food, it's always nice to say to someone that's around, you're invited. Even if you don't want to invite the person, it's just good manners to say you're invited. You will also find that when you go to people's homes or when you're out and about and you're talking to someone, if they're about to eat or they are eating, they will always say to you, you're invited. Now, in the UK, and I'm sure in America as well, if you're eating your food and someone says you're invited, you would not, unless you really know them, you wouldn't think twice. You wouldn't put your hand in their food and eat their food. Because, you know, we're not very direct. I know for us Brits anyway, we're not very direct, and if someone says, oh, would you like some, you're really not expecting the person to have any because you don't really want to share, you're just being polite. So we tend to, in the UK, we tend to be polite, but it's not genuine. So if I'm eating and I say, oh, you're invited, I'm not expecting you to reach out your hand and take anything. But in Ghana, they do. Okay, so literally if someone's eating banku with some okra soup, and the person says you're invited, you can pull out your hand and join them and they will not be offended by that. I probably would be because I'll think, nah. But that's me. But that is not the right thing to do, so don't be like me. Okay, do what the culture says, invite the person. Okay, it's just good manners. Most people probably will say no anyway. I don't think I've ever said to anybody you're invited and they've actually put their hand in my food. I don't think it's ever happened, but it's good manners to do so. Ghanaians have a culture where they like to share a lot. Even those that don't have, the small that they have, they will always share with you, and you know, they're never offended or upset by it. You know, even if they have a 1 cedi kenke and you know that's all that they have and that's probably all that they'll eat today, they will share it with you. They will always say you're invited. So hey, that is tip number 2. Number 3 is, this is not really a culture tip, but when in Ghana and you want to ask somebody for something, speak nice and clearly and slowly, and not like me at like 100 miles an hour and hope that and expect everyone to understand what you're saying. because not everybody will. There are so many accents flying around Ghana at the moment. Sometimes even I'm like, huh? What was that? Come again? I don't get it. Okay? So even though the person, you're speaking English to the person, they may not understand what you're saying, so speak clearly. And sometimes you have to make yourself sound silly by putting on a little bit of an accent. Like, for example, you may say to someone, I'm looking for house number 30. That's how I would say it, 30. If you say that, they won't understand you. 30. I'm looking for house number 30. You might sound pretty stupid, but they will understand what you're saying because that is their pronunciation of the word. Just like I just said, pronunciation. Pronunciation. See? You have to speak clearly in order to be understood. Most people in Ghana are very, very friendly. If you go out most days, you will find that you will say hello, or you'll greet someone, or you'll smile, or there'll be a nod or something. Ghanaians are very, very friendly. So that's culture. In the UK, the culture is very different. If you wake up in the morning and you get ready to leave your house to go to work, it's very rare that you'll say hello to anybody on your way into work because you simply don't know them. In Ghana, people are very friendly. There's a lot of good morning, good afternoon, good evening going around. So get used to that as well. That's part of the culture. What else is there? Tipping, yes, tipping. In the UK, we tip if someone's done something outstanding. You may leave them £1, £5, whatever you feel from your heart, because the person's gone the extra mile for you. In Ghana, you tip someone for doing their job. Okay. Now I'll tell you another story. Story time. I went to Palace one day, and I bought a table. Big desk for my children for homeschooling, and obviously I couldn't carry the thing myself, so the guy in the store who helped me make the purchase, I'll take it outside for you. Great, thank you very much. Now, as he took the table outside for me, I thought, oh my gosh, I have no money on me. I think I have like 1 cedi change in my pocket, and that is it. Literally, I've run out of cedis. So the guy put the table in the car for me, lovely, great job. And then he was waiting for a tip. Now I didn't know what to do because I only have 1 cedi on me. He didn't, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't really go the extra mile. Literally the car was right outside, my husband was waiting outside, and he brought the table outside for me. If that was in the UK, I wouldn't even think twice about tipping someone. But I know the culture that I'm in at the moment, and I know that he will be expecting a tip, but I only have 1 cedi. So what do? Do I give 1 cedi, or do I just say thanks mate and drive off? I decided to give him the 1 cedi. I gave him 1 cedi and I got this. And he walked away. I almost wanted to drag him by the collar of his neck and say, could I have my 1 cedi back please? Because he was so ungrateful. Genuinely, I only had 1 cedi. I probably otherwise would have tipped him maybe 2 cedis, and that's it. That's me. He didn't go about his job excellently as far as I'm concerned, because when I was in the store and I was asking him about the desk, he did this while speaking to me. So I was kind of like this. I'm going to show you. Excuse me please, can you tell me how much this desk is, because there's no price on it? Okay, yeah, sure madam. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, I'm in the shop at the moment. Yeah, I'm serving a customer. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, challenge me, speak later. Bye. He did that. So it was really at my discretion as to whether I wanted to give him a tip, because I waited for him to finish his phone call before he answered me and even took me any real notice. Okay, so anyway, I'm ranting, so I'll stop there. But basically, I wanted my 1 cedi back, but obviously I didn't ask him for it back. I let him go, and I thought, chuck, this is what I'm talking about people. You try and be nice, and then they just throw it back in your face. Everywhere you go, somebody wants a tip for something. In anything. Whoever, whatever it is, they always want a tip for doing their job. Not for going the extra mile, for doing their job, they expect a tip. If you don't give a tip, you will know straight away that they're not happy with you. Ghanaians have a way where they can't really hide their feelings. So you get a lot of this. They'll just ignore you, whatever. The next time they see you, they won't come to you because they'll think that you're tight because you didn't give them a tip for doing their job, the job which they're already paid to do. No, they'll just ignore you. So sometimes you have to bite the bullet, and sometimes you have to tip even if you don't want to, just to make your life easier for next time. So it may not be necessarily in a restaurant or in a shop that you're going to, but there might be something else that you need, and you may need the person again. You're gonna have to tip them, mate. For an easy life in Ghana, it's part of the culture. If you want something from me, you have to tip me. Same as if you have a problem in your house and you call out a plumber or electrician or something like that, you have to tip them. You can't just say, oh well, you couldn't do the job, alright, thanks, next time. No, you have to give the person, the next time you call that person, the phone will just ring and ring and ring and there will be no answer, basically. Okay, so those are my little tips on culture. That's more or less it. I don't want to make this video too long because I realise that I probably can talk quite a lot, even if I'm talking to a camera and it's just me in the room. So I'll stop there. But thanks again for listening. If there is anything you guys think that I've missed, and I know I've missed loads because the culture here is just massive, so, and I'm not going to pretend like I know everything because I don't. I'm just showing you the bits that I've come across, bits that I know of. So guys, thank you very much, and